Hi, Cancer. Happy mid-November. Just like I keep saying for everybody recently, I'm sorry that this is in the middle of November. Had a lot going on personally, and yeah, no excuses, but it has been quite a lot to process, and I wanted to really give people clear messages. And for you, wow, I feel like that was just sloppy, but it kind of does apply actually, so I'm gonna keep it. For you, it literally took me, I don't even know how many hours to just start this. And I would have done other people's readings in the interim, but I couldn't for some reason. I felt like something was stopping me. I just couldn't get it done. And I was actually supposed to finish Leo's reading, which I started and almost completed about 4 days ago. 4. That's you in the zodiac. That's your number. It's also the number of the home, the mother, nurturing. But anyway, with them, the reason I'm telling you about this with them is because, of course, you may have some Leo in your chart. You may not, but you also may be dealing with a Leo in your life, in your personal life, or there may be a heavy Leo influence in your personal life. But anyway, their reading was almost done and got cut short because of something, some commotion going on right around me in my house, right before clarifying their spirit card, which is interesting. And I felt like their energy has been very much fragmented recently. And for you, I almost feel sort of the same, but not so much fragmented as abandoned. Like a part of you has been abandoned. And when I was trying to connect with you, I kept seeing a forest, a really lush, tall tree forest with the trees were extremely tall in my mind and very green. I also saw a lot of like flowers that I've never seen on Earth before. And not to say that they were anything like weird, but they were just like extremely large and beautiful, and colors like lilac purple, bright yellow, and some blue hues as well, like sort of like this color. So whatever that means to you. But what I thought about when I was thinking of that is then I thought about what's beneath those trees that are so tall. And then I thought of how many roots and how far these roots extend beyond just that area of the tree. And well, they typically, the taller the tree, the farther out their roots will extend. And if you're looking at a forest, you see that a lot of these trees are close together. So what does that mean about their roots? It means that in order for them to have grown so tall, they had to work around each other. They had to cooperate and coexist. And in turn, what that means is that they're connected. And then I was shuffling for, like I've been doing for the last few people, for your Universe Has Your Back cards, to kind of see where the energy lay for you. And I got 2 cards. Sorry, the sage that I just burned is choking me, so I'm going to move that. But you see I pulled these from the left because these were the ones I pulled before. This is the deck from the right. I just always show that to everybody so that they know that I did pull these messages before. And the reason I even care about showing you guys that is because I want these readings to help people have more faith in the universe and in their own divinity. But so the 2 that came out for you is true healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. So, and it's interesting that it's branches of leaves, right? And the one that came out second is oneness is my true nature. So I did find that very interesting because those came out after I was thinking of the whole forest theme in my mind. All right, and so the card that I just shuffled for was your Archangel that has a message for you this month and that you can call upon. You got Gabriel and you got inspiration. And Libra got this as their underlying message. They didn't get it as their main card, but they did get it as their underlying message. And I remember what I was telling them, and I'm going to tell you, is you see the earth and you see this beam of light coming down. That is our inspiration that comes from source. It comes from something beyond us. Every, great inventor, every anybody who's ever done anything like amazing or created some masterpiece. Well, first of all, those masterpieces, like I'm going to use a song, songs, for example, songs that have withstood the standards of time. Usually they are emotional and have something to do with whatever the audience is feeling. The audience connected in some way on a deep, deep level, and that's why. And underlying this, by the way, like I said, to not forget your own divinity is the I am presence. Michael, Archangel Michael. That's interesting too, because I said that all the flowers I was seeing were like lilac purple. You see the coloring of this. So I'm not sure what that message is for you, but we're going to find out as we go on. I love you guys. I have one of my very, very best friends is a Cancer rising. I have an uncle on my mom's side that is a Cancer. Both my parents are Cancer Venus signs. And yeah, I'm sure there's more Cancer out there too that I know, but let's get into this. This is the only card I'm going to read from the book for, to give more clarity. But let's see here. Gabriel, where are you? Where art thou, Gabriel? Okay. So, sorry if there's a glare. I'm trying to make it not so. Okay. Take a deep breath and visualize your breath force as a beautiful blue light filling you. Gabriel will guide you to connect with the flow of the universe, with God's breath. When flow occurs thus, Gabriel removes the tensions and holding points that have prevented you from creating love and joy in your life. Inspiration means to be influenced by the divine. And if you can take several moments to enjoy Gabriel's breath as your breath, relaxation will abound and creative ideas will swiftly flow into your consciousness. Therefore, allow stillness to facilitate the flow. Pushing doesn't allow, it merely creates resistance. Chant Ra, Amen, that's R-A-A-M-E-N, 3 times for the channel of angelic inspiration to remain open, and yet protect yourself with a golden light around your aura as you move through the busyness of life. Thereby, you will protect the exquisite vulnerability of your soul's truth. That's interesting, again, because the true healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. Oneness is my true nature. Always remember that. We all come from the same source. If we were to strip our skins, first of all, our insides would look the same. But then if we were to go a step further and we were to strip our whole bodies and we don't have those anymore, what does our soul look like? Well, first of all, it looks like light. And we all look the same, depending on how much light we're allowing to pour through. So, anyway, what I do now is, let's get into it. What I do now is I pull 4 different oracle cards, mind, body, and spirit. And then I pull a love oracle card. And the 3 cards, though, mind, body, and spirit, I clarify using tarot cards, 3 different tarot decks. And the love card is just sort of like a side note, because if we don't have that love within, it is not going to reflect in the relationship, because the relationship is going to reflect whatever it is that we need to fill within ourselves. Okay, so what's going on with Cancer? Archangel Spirit guides, ancestors, Cancer, mind, Cancer's mentally, November 2018. What's the message for Cancer, mind? Oh. Oh. Okay, you got journaling. It says, consistently writing about your feelings and activities stirs creative ideas and builds your confidence as a writer. And look what else. I mean, you see there's a dove here on the card, which is the symbol of peace. So, writing, if you're having trouble with, having a peaceful mind and thinking peaceful thoughts, well, writing will help you with that, because you need to release it. You need to release these things that you're holding within, if you are holding things within. Now, underlying that is share your art with the world. It's time to allow others to enjoy your creative work. Exactly, like, don't keep holding these things within. Your emotions, just like I was saying to Scorpio and Pisces, but emotion, that's your magic. And especially for you, Cancer. It's interesting that I was just talking about Leo before this, because Leo is the sun and you are the moon. And the moon, what does the moon do? What's the moon control on this earth? The tides. It controls the ocean. Therefore, it controls the weather. Whatever's happening with the moon, you can be sure you're going to see effects in the weather. And that is you. So if you're not expressing your emotion in some way, it doesn't mean you have to, cry out to the world and feel like, what am I trying to say here? This is probably because you're having trouble expressing the way you truly feel as well. And maybe it comes out wrong. So instead of me trying to explain that, I think you understand. And we're just going to keep going with this, because you really need the rest of this. And I don't want you to stop the reading too soon. But also the forest thing that I was thinking makes me think that you also need more time with nature, because there are a lot of things in nature that are parallel to the life of a human, because a lot of things on earth are parallel to the body and the life of a human. And you can probably learn a lot if you just sit amongst nature and observe and listen. So what's going on with Cancer's body? November 2018, Cancer's body. Oop. Sorry. Whoa. That was way too many cards. Interesting, though. I saw sleep there. I saw negativity there. I saw breathe there. That's like what the Archangel Gabriel card said, right? Breathe. Wow, my neck is really bothering me right here as I'm doing this reading. I don't know why, because it wasn't hurting this much before. So, You may have some neck pain going on, neck and shoulder pain going on. A lot of times our physical ailments have way more to do with our emotions than, wow, I'm going to keep this one because it's the one that I, for some reason, didn't put back right away. And I feel this definitely applies for you, but I was going to say a lot of the times the pains in our bodies have way more to do with our emotions than any physical issue. It comes from those emotions. And this is so perfect as well. So for your health, look, your sensitivity. And what is this? But trees. So, and the number is 12, which equals 3. Jackson, which is the union of mind, body, spirit. So whether you're male or female, a lot of what I'm getting from this is that as my dad just sends me a picture of himself with my uncle who's a Cancer. That is so funny. Wow. Man, that's cool. So, sorry, I'm distracted now. What I'm just going to say is whether you're male or female, I want you to know you don't need to push back your quote unquote feminine energy, your feminine emotion, because we need both. We all need that balance between give, receive, dark and light, black and white, good and bad, We do. We need the balance so that we can understand the world around us and we can understand ourselves so we don't shut parts of ourselves back. And underlying the sensitivity card is to receive healing. So I'm really already getting that, your sensitivity will heal you when you release that. It can help you heal if you're having any ailments or having any struggles physically. If you let it out, wow. What? Oh my God. That's crazy. So, message from spirit, health. Underlying that, literally male, female. So yes, it's time to balance those energies out. You don't have to feel like you need to be one or the other always, because nobody is. I don't care if you're a male or a female. Nobody is one or the other solely. That's not the way we work as humans, because we're souls that need to find the balance between the two in this lifetime, in all of our lifetimes, however many it takes. Whoa. Yeah. Again, your sensitivity is your power. And your love is your power. Because this is your love card, whether that's love, for yourself or love for, in a romantic context or friendship or familial, whatever it may be. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable. Don't be afraid to express yourself, because that's what makes us all human, and we're all in this together. And just like the roots of trees, we all have to coexist, cooperate, collaborate, and work as a team. And underlying power is manifestation. So you are manifesting either more love for yourself, or if you've already started that process, then you're in the process of manifesting love, like a romantic partner possibly. Let's get some clarity though now. Okay, Archangel Gabriel, ancestors, please clarify this mental card for Cancer. November 18th. Journaling. Wow. It's a struggle for you, though. You know this, that this is necessary, but you're really probably struggling with this still. You're struggling to let it go, to let it out, because it's very painful. It hurts a lot. I know that. Trust me. I've been going through this process too for quite a while now. But there's light at the end of the tunnel, and the end of the tunnel is in you. It's your heart. That's the light. That's the flame. Whoa. I don't know how that happened. It seems like it was a sloppy thing again, but I'm going to take it because you know why? Well, because first of all, it's the King of Swords, which is the most, mental clarity card. It's a clear thinking energy, but it's also the Prince of the Chariots of Wands, and in traditional tarot, the major arcana, the Chariot, is you. So Cancer, your video, I completed it, and somehow it cut off at around, I'm choking now again from this sage. Interesting. Anyway, your video ended up cutting off at around 21 minutes, which was really annoying. Really, really annoying because it was such a good reading. But what that said to me was that I maybe was not explaining the cards that you got properly for you. So instead of pulling brand new cards, I do feel these messages are for you, and we're going to keep them, but I'm going to explain them a little better, all right? So again, you got the journaling for your mental card, sensitivity for your body. That's going to help you heal. And then right after that, your spirit got health, which pretty clear message to me. Okay, and so clarifying the mental card, the first one you got out, remember, was King of Swords, which is the clear thinking mind. Look at the kitty cat. That's Amy, by the way. She likes watching these readings. I asked all my animals to be a part of these. They've got pure energy, right? And that's kind of speaking to what this card is, in a way, because it's a clear mind. So it's not, there's nothing muddled, in your mind with this. This is like you at your highest vibration. Clairvoyant. Because what we have next is the Princess of Swords, or the Page of Swords in traditional tarot. And so this is like really thinking before you speak, okay? This is it's planning, it's education, or educating yourself on a matter before you speak about it. And being truthful, ultimately. And so journaling is going to help you clear out whatever it is that's been in your head and your mind and your body and your emotions, especially your emotions, because again, they all go hand in hand. Mind, body, spirit. That's the Trinity. And what's cool is that finalizing those cards, you got the Two of Pentacles, which is just that. It is balance. It's adaptability. It's finally putting all the pieces of yourself back together and claiming yourself as one whole. Right? Yeah. Because what I have here now, next for the body card, you got sensitivity. And the first card that came out for that is the Queen of Scrolls, or the Queen of Swords reversed, which says to me either somebody was overly critical with you, and your sensitivity, you kept building it all up inside of you, all these criticisms, all the pessimism, all the negativity, and it's maybe making you have some type of physical reaction. Or because of the fact that you've not released your own inner issues, it may come out in a way that sounds critical to people, or that sounds like you're just a very negative, pessimistic person when that is not you. But the communication, yes, because this is also repressed pain, or, repressed trauma even. Yes. So it's creating a lot of poor communication. People are not getting you the way that you intend to express yourself. People are not receiving you that way. But what I'm seeing again is that if you release all of this, you become this. This is the Queen of Mirrors, the Queen of Cups, which is the wise woman, the wise person in general. That you don't have to be a man or a woman. It doesn't really matter. It's just the wisdom, because look, you see the owl right below the moon, and the owl is between the two of them. So what that says to me too is that, like, that's the bridge between you, the communication that it's that magical communication. And this too has the tree. Look at that. So whatever I was envisioning about the trees in the forest, there's a lot to that. And well, the other thing to that, beyond just the roots being so far out, the taller the tree is what do trees need? Well, every plant, for the most part, needs what? Two things to survive. Sunlight. So you need sunlight. And I don't mean just literal sunlight. I mean joy. People that bring you joy. Activities that bring you joy. Things that you like to do that bring sunlight to your life. And then what else? They need watering. And that can mean so many different things. But for me, what I'm really getting is that they need clean water, by the way, too. So what I'm really getting for you is that you've got to clear your own waters out, because any new love, joy, all those good things, all those pleasant emotions, all those pleasant waters that want to come in, they cannot until you release that old stagnant water. And don't be afraid to be vulnerable, because what's coming from that is the hero, is the Fool, or a new beginning, seeing the world through the eyes of a child again, regaining your childlike heart. And that is so important. Why do we all forget? We all seem to forget our child heart at some point in our youth, right? But it looks like you have tried very hard to deny this sensitivity that is you. Because you're the moon. You're ruled by the moon, which is the ruler of the seas, essentially. Because the moon has the power to control the oceans, the tides, and then the weather as well. And the whole of the earth is primarily ocean water. And parallel to that is us. Our bodies are primarily water. So there's so much to be learned from nature by just going outside and observing nature and just sitting with yourself and nature and the spirit of Gaia, the spirit of the earth. Everything we see in nature is something we can take for ourselves, because they are parallel. They're hand in hand. So I see by doing that, you're totally going to heal whatever. If you've got any ailments going on, they're going to be healed, because clarifying your health card is the Ace of Pentacles, and that is new beginnings, and that's either financially or physically. I mean, Pentacles are all things tangible. Excuse me. All things tangible, like finances, money, your physical body, your home. So yes, there's a new beginning here. And look, oh my gosh, this too. This card as well even has trees in the background. How funny is that? And it's also a very balanced card when you really look at that. Yes, and then following that is the four of swords reversed, which is actually good, because why? This is finding mental strength, because you're clearing it all out of you through this journaling. And again, it doesn't have to be actual journaling, but anything that's a creative outlet for you, anything that allows you to pour that emotion into it and get it out of you, just to get it out of you. Don't let it simmer, because this is, coming out of isolation, and it's recovering and healing. It's what it is to me, because it's surrounding these two. And the final card you got here, look at this. It's like this stable. You're on the horse, this stable, strong, white horse. And it's not about color, but I'm just using that as an example for the light and dark, polarity of yin and yang, is that you are on the stable, clear, strong horse underneath you, which is you, which is a representation of you. It's victory. It's pride. You're gaining your pride back. You're gaining your recognition back from other people, but mostly of yourself. And it's totally like gaining strength and confidence back. And the wands in this deck are sticks from a tree, or branches of a tree, the leaves on them. That's amazing. And okay, so then I pulled you. I wish this was on camera, because it's like I couldn't make this up if I wanted to. But I shuffled for your spirit animal card, and you got, okay, well, first of all, underlying the spirit animal card is the wolf, which is creation, healing, and purification. Hello. So that's underlying this, which is you got the frog. And I'm going to put it right here once more so that you can screenshot this meaning. Oop, sorry about the glare. Okay. And so what the frog means, the symbolism of the frog is feminine energy, creation, fecundity. The frog is a creature of the water and has been associated with new life. In Egypt, frogs were placed on mummies to facilitate what? Rebirth. The abundance of frogs at the time of the annual Nile flood also associated them with fecundity. In South America, the Orinoco people considered the frog to be lord over water. Have you ever heard the song by Enya, Orinoco Flow? You should listen to it, because clearly that might have some message for you. Anyway, in South America, the Orinoco people considered the frog to be lord over water, a feminine symbol, and did not kill them. Among Native American peoples of North America, the frog has been associated with the moon, which is also a feminine symbol. One story tells of a frog jumping into the moon, where it rules for eternity. I can't make this up if I tried. I didn't even know that. Did you? But that's amazing. Okay, so what that told me, again, let's go back to the very beginning, what you got. True healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers, whatever is below ground that you are not allowing yourself to feel. but you need to, because oneness is all of our true nature. We're all connected, just like the roots of the trees are all intertwined. They all are working around each other and working together and cooperating and collaborating so that they can grow tall, right? They're not trying to fight each other. And if they do, well, they probably are not going to be growing very tall in that forest. So again, what I gathered from this entire reading, and don't forget your angel card. You got inspiration, Archangel Gabriel, which is, again, clearing your waters, clearing your emotions so that you have a clear channel of that light beam coming down to earth, which is coming down to you, the source, giving you inspiration, which also will come through in your writing. And another thing is, don't forget that this card has the dove above it, because why? Because journaling and releasing your emotion and anything you're feeling will bring you back your sense of peace, will bring you back that, the purity. So what I gathered from this all was that whomever I'm speaking for to, lately, or maybe even for years, you've been sort of trying to be much more like your opposite counterpart, Capricorn. You're trying to be much more, whatever the typical meaning of a man is supposed to be. Whether you're male or female, it doesn't really matter. What I mean by that is that you feel like emotion maybe is weakness, but it's not. It's your strength and it's your magic. And it's going to bring you back into alignment with yourself. And all of these cards say that. So just don't forget what your magic truly is and where it truly lies. And even Capricorns. I mean, we all are human. We all are, 75, 80% water? I mean, I keep using this reference for everybody, and I'm going to use it one more time before I leave you guys, is that if you have a diamond at the bottom of a pool, but you've not cleaned that pool for 6 months, are you going to get in there and are you going to be able to find that diamond? Are you going to see it from just looking up from the surface? Looking down from the surface? No. What are you going to have to do to get the diamond out again? You're going to have to clean it, and the longer it's been sitting there collecting dirt, mud, bugs, and all kinds of things. By the way, I just saw a monarch butterfly fly by my window as I was saying that, which totally means rebirth. You guys are healing and being reborn. But if you leave it there to keep collecting things, it will probably take a little longer to clean out, and it may take a little more effort, and that's okay. That is always okay. But the point is just to get started, because we need you. All of us need each other. We all have something very unique and so, so, so special to share with one another. Not one of us is just here for no reason. And you, especially being born as a Cancer, whether it's a Cancer rising, Cancer sun, or Cancer moon, you have a very special gift, and there's a very special mission. And it doesn't have to be to give the whole world, but it's for somebody or somebodies in your life. And we need you to bloom, okay? And you need you to bloom. That's why we're here. That's why we repeat lives, because we have to learn these lessons. We have to unravel into who we really were from the start, which all of us, we wrap our truth in all this stuff. We wrap our, all this stuff around us, and we feel bound at some point. And a lot of us, it seems recently, Scorpio season and, Venus retrograde in Scorpio has been smacking us in the face with that we've bound ourselves, that we've not been forced into any type of situation. We've not been forced into a cave. We had the power all along to get out of it. So that's all I wanted to say, guys. And I hope that this reading helped you guys. If you have any questions, leave a comment or send me an email. My email's in the description box. If you want a personal reading, emails in the description box. It's the same email. And again, for everybody, I am going to be back more toward the end of November for a little mini love reading for everybody. Kind of as like a, I'm sorry for being late. But other than that, I'm also going to be back in right before December because I'm going to be early for those, okay? I love you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of November, okay?